Hello everyone, today I want to take you behind the scenes and show you how I built the city of New Charrow, the main setting for my upcoming webcomic. This city isn't just a backdrop, it's a living part of the story, and every location you see here plays a role in what's to come. Creating a map like this completely changed how I approach backgrounds and storytelling. Instead of guessing where characters are, I always know exactly where they're standing and why they're there. I'm using Clip Studio Paint, but this process works no matter what tools you use. I actually started this map on paper first and kept a hand-drawn version in a binder before recreating it digitally. Once the districts are placed, this is where the city really starts to come alive. Before I add buildings, I always draw a compass. Knowing which way is north, south, east, and west helps everything stay consistent, and it makes the city feel believable once characters start moving through it. So let's get into the details of each district. Downtown New Charrow is meant to feel energetic and dense, filled with nightclubs, lounges, theaters, and hotels. The buildings are close together and taller, giving it that busy, never sleeps kind of feeling. Right next to it is St. Gallows Pier, which feels completely different. This area is more industrial with warehouses, docks, and storage buildings. The spaces are heavier and more spread out, with smaller spaces mixed in for the night market, one of my favorite locations in the city. Then there's the South Bell District, where Ambrosia and Elizabeth live. This area is more modest and practical, so the buildings are smaller and more uniform. I wanted it to feel grounded and lived in, the kind of place people can actually call home. In contrast, Aurelian Heights is the affluent part of New Charrow. The homes here are larger, spaced farther apart, and surrounded by greenery. I added curved roads, roundabouts, and ponds to give it that quiet, polished atmosphere that comes with old money. Between these two districts is Willowcrest, the middle-class neighborhood. It acts as a visual bridge, comfortable, balanced, and transitional. Then we have Havenford Quarter, the arts and shopping district. I imagine this area buzzing with cafes, bistros, handmade goods, and creative energy, so the buildings here vary in size and shape to reflect that. At the heart of the city is Charrow Commons, the main public park. This is where people gather for farmers markets, festivals, and quiet moments. I leave more open space here so it feels like the emotional center of the city. As I sketch, I avoid perfect symmetry. I mix in L-shaped buildings and irregular layouts because real cities are imperfect, and those imperfections make them memorable. New Charrow is inspired by both real places and fictional places. When I lived in Ohio, I spent time near an artsy shopping strip full of small businesses and historic architecture. The blend of old and new really stuck with me, and I wanted to bring that same feeling into this city. I'm a huge fan of The Sims 4, especially how its worlds feel lived in with festivals and shared spaces. The night market in New Charrow was inspired by The Sims 4 for rent, and no, this video is not sponsored, I just genuinely love the game. If you're building your own world, inspiration can come from anywhere, your city, nearby towns, travel books, or even brainstorming using tools like ChatGPT. Once the layout feels right, I move on to street names. You don't need hundreds, just a few major roads that connect everything logically. Harborline Avenue runs from the pier through Willowcrest into Aurelian Heights. Bellhaven Parkway connects South Bell, Willowcrest, Havenford, and Aurelian Heights. This is the route Ambrosia and Elizabeth takes every day. And Aurelian Boulevard runs from the pier through Havenford into Aurelian Heights. These connections matter because later on, movement through the city becomes part of the story. Once the map is finished, I start asking questions that brings the city to life. What kind of music plays in each district? Where do people go after work? Which neighborhoods feel safe and which ones don't? What festivals or traditions exist here? Whether you're building a modern city or a fantasy world, these details are what makes a setting feel real. Here are a few locations I've already illustrated based on this map. The coffee shop and bistro are in Havenford. The apartment is in South Bell, and the skyline shot features St. Gallus Pier with downtown rising behind it. This city is where Immortal Incarnate begins, and where everything slowly unravels. If you'd like to explore New Charrow further and be notified when the comic launches, you can visit my website using the link in the description and sign up for my email newsletter. That's where I'll be sharing updates and behind-the-scenes art. Immortal Incarnate officially releases on January 5th, 2026, and this map will be included in the print edition once Volume 1 is complete. If you enjoyed this world building process, please like, subscribe, and stick around. There's a lot more to come. Until next time.